Hello everybody, welcome back to Week in Review episode 4. We review Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Impact, and NXT. I am your host, Rose Misty. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and then make sure you follow all my accounts, which are in the description. We're gonna start off with Monday Night Raw, which started off with Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio signing the contract, and now Rollins versus Humberto and Dominic Mysterio. So Samoa Joe introduced Seth Rollins and Dominic for their contract signing. The Monday Night Messiah called Dominic a coward, which set off the Samoan submission machine. He called out Rollins for turning against his fan on a whim. The Messiah turned to Dominic, telling him he should be grateful. Rollins gave him the full opportunity to succeed by agreeing to an Extreme Rules match, as he would never last in a true wrestling match. The son of Rey Mysterio signed his WWE contract and the contract for his SummerSlam match. Next, Dominic stuck around the Messiah's match with Humberto Carrillo. Rollins made relatively quick work of Humberto after a super kick into a powerbomb and a stomp. Afterward, Murphy attacked Dominic, and the two trapped the son of Rey Mysterio in the ropes before smacking him with candlesticks. Rapidly, they left welts all over Dominic's body. Our next thing is going to be Andrade versus Angelo Dawkins and Bianca Belair versus Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega explained in a promo of Andrade's match that she had nothing to do with poisoning Montez Ford. Angelo Dawkins battered El Idolo early with right hands, but Andrade's singles experience allowed him to quickly grind down the larger man. Zelina Vega tried to interfere, but Bianca Belair attacked her. The distraction allowed Dawkins to hit the clash out for the 3 count. They quickly translated into a match between Belair and Vega. The manager used her speed and agility to get the upper hand on the EST of WWE. She did not account for Belair's stamina, as the EST of WWE got back up again and again. A powerbomb from the EST set up the KOD for a dominant win. Charlie Caruso interviewed Belair and Dawkins. The EST warned that Vega would face her wraith again if she tried to do anything more. Dawkins promised that Ford will be back by SummerSlam. But next is Shelton Benjamin versus Apollo Crews. MVP called out Apollo Crews to join the MVP lounge, demanding an admission that he caused the lights to flicker. The United States champion laughed at the accusation. He rushed to the ring and fought off the Hurt Business to set up an impromptu match with Shelton Benjamin. Bobby Lashley distracted Crews, allowing Benjamin to get a surprise roll-up to pick up a victory. What? Okay, I did not know that. Afterward, MVP stopped the Almighty from putting the U.S. champ in a full Nelson, as he wanted Crews ready for SummerSlam. MVP tried to cheap shot Crews, but took an enziguri straight to the face. But next is gonna be the Viking Raiders, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander versus Akira Tozawa and his ninjas. Ivar flirted with Demi Burrat backstage until Eric found him. Burnett reminded Eric that he was not the cute one. The Viking Raiders. Akira Tozawa demanded all his ninjas get into the action instead of him. One of the ninjas refused, and Tozawa decided to bail instead of fight. The Viking Raiders hit the Viking Spirits on a ninja for the win. R-Truth rolled up Tozawa on the ramp to take the 24/7 championship. That Raw is, it sounds decent. It doesn't sound like. Next is gonna be Liv Morgan versus Peyton Royce. The Iconics made fun of the reunited Riot Squad on their way to the ring. Peyton Royce planted Liv Morgan early with the spin kick. Ruby Riott tried to stop Billie Kay from interfering, but the referee caught only Riott on the apron. The distraction allowed Royce to catch Morgan with a deja vu for the victory. I like the name Deja Vu. Oh, next is gonna be Bayley versus Asuka. Okay, Asuka attacked Bayley at the bell, but the role model fought back. As the lights flickered, the action raged back and forth. Both women. Oh, sorry. Something happened. Okay. The lights flickered. This shit's bad. Back and forth. Both women were willing to batter. Were willing. Sorry, this shit pissing me off. Okay. Were willing to batter the other for this victory. Sasha Banks distracted the referee to help her best friend and also took cheap shots at the Empress of Tomorrow when she could. The role models used every opening to target the legs of Asuka, using a variety of impressive submission transitions. After a sunset bomb in the corner, Bayley mocked Kairi Sane, taking too long as the role model charged to the Empress and got rolled up into the Asuka lock and quickly tapped out. So Asuka will go on to face Sasha in what's it fucking called? SummerSlam. Okay. Next is Raw Underground. Raw Underground began again with an impact victory for Riddick Moss as he battered performance center standout Cow Boom. Ordo Ramos dominated his opponent, knocking him out clean with violent spin kicks. Damakato threw around a random performer, and Shane McMahon quickly called for the belt. Shayna stepped up to Kato, but Shane told him to back off. No woman wanted to step in the ring with the Queen of Spades, the submission magician. So she attacked a woman, making one tap out to the cure for the clutch. I love Shayna Baszler, man. Shayna Baszler, oh my god. Shayna, she's not pretty, but so next is the main event of Monday Night Raw. Ric Flair wanted Randy Orton out to the ring, followed by a highly motivated Kevin Owens. The Viper escaped the early onslaught with a thump to the eye. The two blocked their other blocked the other's finisher early and focused on battering each other inside and outside the ring. Orton injured KO badly after throwing him into the announce table. Owens refused to give up and headbutted the Viper off the top rope to set up a senton bomb. KO was in position for a stunner, but the Viper turned it around and hit the RKO for the win. Afterward, Orton told Flair to stick around as the Viper had something to say. Orton called out the Nature Boy as a liability. He had forced the Viper into a match because of his ego. He labeled his former friend washed up and a junkie for the spotlight. Flair told the Viper that he took those words personally. He wanted Orton to know how much he respected his ability to and wanted him to break his 16-time world title record. They hugged, but Orton followed through by catching his mentor with a low blow. The Viper punt kicked the Nature Boy and whispered a final farewell to his friend. Drew McIntyre ran down to make the save. The WWE champion told Orton he will pay for his actions. So that was Monday night's Raw. It was a pretty decent show. I'll give it a C. I'll B minus. I'll be nice. A B minus. But we gotta get into Impact Wrestling. So for Impact, AEW, SmackDown, and Impact, SmackDown, NXT, AEW is gonna be different because it's very late. I need to get this up. Ready. I need to get it I don't know how to say it. Processing. So we're just gonna. I'm gonna tell you the segment and I'm gonna tell you what happened. Like basically the winners. So we, of course, Impact. We started off with Willie Mack and Eric Young. So it looks like Eric Young did defeat Willie Mack. This was a perfect way to start off the show, playing off the closing moments of last week's broadcast. Mack, understandably sought to avenge his friend. Young used intense emotions against his opponent. He suckered him in more than once and took advantage of openings for the win. It was a logical story that never tried to be more than it was. This was the latest chapter of Young's climb to the top of Impact and a shot at the company's world title that with an influx of new talent and stories is the most important takeaway. Next is Wrestle House. Okay, Wrestle House continues to be the most dignifying, absurd, wholly original and gleeful fun concept in wrestling. Sometimes it is clever, sometimes it is mind-numbing, but it's always interesting and entertaining. This week featured a bit of everything, but without an exclamation point, with Ray challenging Valkyrie to a match. We will see that match next week. Next is going to be Jordynne Grace versus Kimberly. Jordynne Grace did defeat Kimberly. The effort was there, but was more than or less an expected squash for Grace. Lee, fresh off of signing her Impact contract, did not get a ton of offense and instead sold like crazy for her opponent. One has wondered if there was sometimes not someone else, an enhancement talent even, who could put Grace over as an effectively without wasting Lee's credibility. With that said, Grace continues to get over the sleeper as oppositions to Peraza's armbar, setting up a submission-based rematch between the two at Emergence in their contest at Slammiversary. It was an indication it was the potential to be an extraordinary bout that helps put the Knockouts division back on the map. Next was the locker room talk with Madison Rae. This week her guests were RVD and the sexy bitch Katie Forbes. Short, sweet, and to the point, and straight to the point. This got over the overbearing Van Dam and Forbes. Spotlighted the budding rivalry of Callahan, and did so without devoting massive amounts of time to it. An industry that overproduces everything, you cannot ask more than that. Plus, the eventful Van Dam Callahan match is going to be sweet if they can maximize their full in-ring creative. Next is another disqualification match with Havoc and Nevaeh versus Tasha Steelz, and my two favorite women on this damn roster, Tasha Steelz and my bitch Kiera Hogan, the best they have. Hogan and Steelz did defeat Havoc and Nevaeh. This was a fun, energetic match that put Hogan and Steelz over strong against two of the more dominant competitors in the division, and they needed it. The heel duo has the potential to play a larger role in the Knockouts division, but they were lacking that signature win to propel them forward. Time will tell if the creative team has real plans for them, but this was certainly that win. None of the spots were over the top. Everything made sense, and the result was better than expected. Conclusion to the tag team rivalry that had yet to really click prior to Tuesday's show. Grace accepted Perazzo's challenge, setting up a genuine main event match for night 2 at Emergence. Next is the Good Brothers raise hell. Pissed off Good Brothers unleashing the hell on the innocent in the name of fight. What they commanded are the best Good Brothers. Okay, I don't know what that means. We saw the short and intense from Anderson and Gallows here that we had okay, we're gonna skip this because I don't know what this. I don't know, this is hard. But the main event is the Impact World Championship match. Eddie Edwards versus Brian Myers. This match was pretty decent. Edwards to defeat Myers with the he hit the Tiger Driver for the 2 count, and then moments later he finally put Myers down with the Boston Knee Party to retain his championship, which is amazing. My Impact was pretty decent today. Decent. That's all I have to say. Now we're gonna review our next show. Okay, our next show is All Elite Wrestling AEW Dynamite. So our first match tonight is gonna be the Dark Order versus the Young Bucks. The outcome of this match is the Young Bucks defeat the Dark Order. The Dark Order has been clicking lately, and this might have been one of Grace's and Uno's strongest showings to date. Even if they did lose, in the end, they kept up with one of the premier tag teams in AEW and the world. The match was just the right length and allowed all 4 men to get in some good offense. The only major criticism would be how much interference happened on the Dark Order's side, only for Grayson and Uno to lose. If the group was going to use that many dirty tactics, it should have had won the fucking match. Okay, our next thing is MJF's the greatest superstar of all time, Maxwell Jacob. Free the men. This was a farce. So basically, MJF was in the ring doing his little campaign. He heard Jon Moxley's music. He told everybody to go protect the corners. After that, John Moxley came through the entranceway and hit a paradigm shift right on MJF. And that was that segment. Next is Cody versus Scorpio Sky. It should have been surprise. So okay, now I'm getting bored of this. So Scorpio Sky did lose to Cody after Cody hit the crossroads. Next, the Jurassic Express versus Kenny and Paige. Kenny and Paige did pick up the win after hitting the last call and V-trigger combination. Next is Hikaru Shida versus Heather Monroe. Hikaru Shida picks up the win, picks up your women's division AEW. And then the botch ending of Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho. You know what? We're just gonna finish it off right here. So NXT starts off. So now we're heading into NXT. Karrion Kross defeats Danny Burch. Okay. Okay. So Karrion Kross defeats Danny Burch. Killian Dane and Drake Maverick have a match, and then the Undisputed Era attack him. Adam Cole has a statement or something like that. Next is Santos Escobar versus Tyler Breeze. Last week they attacked Fandango. Okay, next is Mia Yim versus Indy Hartwell. Mia Yim did pick up the victory. And that is Damian Priest versus Bronson Reed. Bronson did pick up the victory over Damian Priest. Mercedes Martinez and Ali defeat Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter after Shotzi Blackheart and Rhea Ripley did go out to attack the Robert Stone brand. Next, since I think the main event is going to be Kushida versus Cameron Grimes versus Velveteen Dream. Cameron Grimes does pick up the victory. After that, I think they're building up a match against Dream and Finn. That's SmackDown. Retribution strikes again. I think Biggie and John Morrison had their match, and then Retribution came out and tagged. Asuka won. This is stupid. I don't know why they're doing this with their women's division, their Battle Royal. I love Bandit Sonya Deville. Mandy Rose could kiss my ass. Shorty G and Sheamus. Who gives a fuck? I like this. Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. I want to see that match. Give it to me. Grand Metal League versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I like what they're doing with the Lucha House Party. I'm actually surprised that they're putting them on TV, but wait. That's the only goddamn team they have. Alexa Bliss is sexy ass, has an interview, but no, she's good. Sonya Deville is freaking, oh my god, bro, don't get me started on Sonya. And then Braun Strowman with his new haircut, his new pants, decent. It's a B. I'll give it a C. Give it a C plus. So that was weekend review for this week. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you go in the description and follow all of my socials. See you guys tomorrow for Universe Mode. I think Raw. I think it is gonna be Raw. So I hope you guys enjoy. See you guys later.